Hello, YouTube land. This is on Koku, and so I am currently rendering um, today's vlog video, the vacation vlog day 7, and that video is over an hour long because I had a pretty busy day, and so it's going to take about an hour to render, and I thought, you know what, it's a nice night. I'm gonna go sit out here and enjoy the evening before the nights become too cold for me to enjoy. I know one of these nights I want to drive somewhere where I can see the stars better, because going to the planetarium earlier today made me kind of like, I'd like to see the stars. Um, anyways, of course, once again, now I didn't mention this during the day because I wanted to try to keep it, positive and happy. But, my original plan was to share that day with somebody. And look, it's just, that's the thing. Like, shared experiences for me are better. I've done by myself so much in my entire life, and then I'm sort of done with just doing things by myself. I don't want to. And part of it is, I have this feeling of alienation and being separate, being outside of the groups. And when I was at the Ato Sushi, I I felt it. I was just sitting at the table by myself, eating the tempura roll and my spicy ramen, which was very good, by the way. Highly recommend if you ever go downtown, downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. Go check out Ato Sushi. Really nice place. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, spending the entire day downtown by myself, while fun, and exploring the city, and checking out the parks and whatnot, it was kind of lonely. Like, I was seeing the couples around, even at the Grand Rapids Public Museum. There was very few single people there. There were groups, but mainly couples. And, I thought, I don't know. I mean, I am lonely. I am, I don't know. I feel so unattractive. Like, I feel like no one's willing to really give me a shot, give me a chance. It's like, I'm not good looking, I'm balding, I'm rotund, I am not successful, I don't have money. Sure, I've got a house and I can pay my bills, but, can I afford to take care of someone? Can I afford to have a kid? Probably not. It'd be very difficult for me myself to be able to support a wife and kid, with the lack of career that I have. So, I mean, I don't, and that's another thing that bothers me is like, because you get these people, these women who are, they, I get this a bunch of times, and it really upsets me, but I don't, you know, or I mean, at first I kind of just shrug it off and roll my eyes, but now I kind of, almost like throw it back at them. It's like, they say like, oh, man, you're such a wonderful guy. You're so funny. Uh, you're so great. It's like, I can't believe you don't have a girlfriend. I can't believe you don't have a wife. Like, what's up with that? And it's like, well, I'm not, I'm wonderful, but I'm not wonderful enough. I'm funny, but I'm not funny enough. And honestly, the reason why you're not with me is the reason why other people aren't with me. And I know, like, a lot of times, it's women who are already in relationships or, already married. And it's easy for them to see this sort of surface level of me because, they don't really have to, like, dig deep. They can just see, like, on the outside, like, yeah, this guy, he's cool. He's nice. He's generally nice. He's witty. He makes me laugh. All that good stuff. Um, Seen that, is very loving. Is very caring. Generally good guy. And, that's all surface level. But when you start to think about it, and they don't have to think this way, um, they think, on the surface, but when you're talking about, like, relationships and stuff like that, you have to go deeper. You got to go further beneath the surface, and that's when women realize things. Like, oh, he's a great guy, but is he someone that I want to have a relationship with? Is he someone I want to be intimate with? Is he somebody I want to spend a lot of time with? Is he somebody that I want to live a life with? And that's where I fall apart. That's where, the image of me on the surface level versus digging deeper, because you start to think, he's like, well, he's old and he's a little overweight and out of shape. He's not like, you know, he's not making me wet downstairs when I look at him. He's, balding, kind of ugly. He's, you know, he works pretty dead end job, little, not very rich, or not rich at all. Um, you know, Look at his home life. Yeah, he owns his own house. Yeah, right. But you know, other things are going on, and it's like, when you add all that up, when you really take a look at it, I think that's when, people, the women realizes that, it's, no, this is not what I want. Um, the thing is, like, sometimes you have to, the first impression, like, there's a weird thing, it's difference between men and women. It's like, I hear all the time that, women will make a judgment on you as a man within, like, the first several minutes, whether or not they're putting you in, dateable or non-dateable. And so if you don't make it within that first 7 minutes, you might as well just fucking swallow the shotgun. But with a man, a woman could win a man's heart. Because, I mean, and honestly, I don't think it's very tough to win a man's heart. You just have to know what he's looking for and what he wants, and you supply that type of thing. Like, I can, because there's a difference between what he wants sexually and what he wants relationship wise, and there can be some overlap there. But when it's like, oh man, I can get men all the time, but none of them wants a relationship with me. It's probably because you're offering them what they want sexually, but not necessarily what they want relationship wise. And there's a difference between the woman a man will take to bed and the woman that he will take as a wife. Like, there's some overlap there, um, but yeah. So I mean, I'm feeling kind of down because this was another example of I want to be romantic. It's been so many years since I've had the chance to like even be romantic, and I'm just not gonna have a chance. It's like I literally have to like buy a hooker. Like, I feel like that's like my only option. It's like, the thing is, like, that's not even romantic at that point. It's just like, but like, yeah, it's like it's the only way that I can get a woman to go hang out with, um, have dinner. Like, I was at the planetarium, and it would have been so cool looking up at the stars. Put my arm around someone, and enjoy that experience, enjoy that moment, and I can't. I want to, but I can't, because nobody wants to enjoy that moment with me. And yes, I mean, I understand. Like, I do have, the standards. I'm not going to just, it can't be just any woman, but I don't know. It's just sad because, like, I feel like I've got no hope. Like, literally, there's no hope. Like, I'm gonna die alone. I mean, that's what it feels like. It feels like I have zero chance. And it's like, when is my life gonna be in the next, you know, several years? I mean, there's like this coworker. He retired, and he never married. I don't even know if he ever dated. He's kind of a big time misogynist, actually. But it's like, am I gonna be this guy? Am I gonna become this guy? Just bitter woman hating guy. um, Always trying to convince everyone how, like, happy he is. You know, when maybe he's lonely. I don't know, but it just feels that way. It feels like it's an insurmountable mountain, and that there's no hope, and it just really brings me down. It just really darkens the light that's shining in my eyes. And like, the situation with my friend, she, I just don't know. I feel as if she's just pushing me away, that she's putting all this distance between us. And is it because I have feelings for her? And then if that's the case, if that's the case, I mean, I can understand you're not comfortable because I have feelings for you, and I don't know if this is some misguided, like, I don't want you to feel pain, so I think this is the best for you. I don't, I don't, I don't think that that's very nice, because all it does is cause me pain. Um, this distance, and the thing is, like, so what am I supposed to do? Is like, I just can't be friends with a woman because eventually, I might end up being attracted to her. Eventually, I might want to, go further. And does that mean, that's the end of every friendship I have with a woman? Because I just can't be friends with a woman then, because there's that possibility that, you know, the friendship will dissolve because they're not going to be comfortable with me having feelings for them, even though I've made it clear that it's like I'm not trying, I'm not putting pressure on you. I'm not, like, you know I mean, I guess, and that's the thing, is like, they don't want me to try to woo them, but everything I do, like, so so here's the thing, is like, this is kind of like the pathology of me when it comes to friendships. It's like I'm always trying to sell myself when it comes to friendship. Like, I remember, those, and it goes back to me not having a lot of friends when I was young, and I have to sell. I feel like I have to sell, hanging out with me. I mean, it took me a while, to realize that, my best friend, um, he likes to hang out with me because he likes to hang out with me, not because we do 100% interesting things 100% of the time. No, uh, that's not the case. And, like, for a while, I would say, it's like, hey, this movie is cool. It's the kind of movie you would like. It's like, we, do this, and, it's like, so that's sort of my philosophy when I'm, like, hanging out with people, is like, I try to sell them on the idea of what we're doing, because I believe that the thing we are doing is the most important thing, because without that, why would they want to be hanging out? They don't want to be hanging out with me, so it's got to be what we're doing. And so, I'm always trying to be impressive, and I'm always trying to, be funny and entertaining. And that's just me. And, I guess if she can't get past the fact that, like, I'm always trying to sell myself. Um, and that's not necessarily because I'm doing this to try to seduce you, or doing this to try to woo you, win your heart. I mean, yes, I want to win her heart. Yes, I want her to want me, but I'm I'm going at it as just friends, with the hope that maybe something happens. But it's like it's like I guess she just can't get past that, or worse is she looked beyond, you know the surface. She looked under the surface, and she had those same, questions. It's like, at first, like, I look like I was a wonderful guy, I'm funny, um, you know make her laugh, we have fun together. But thinking about it, is this someone that I want to spend a lot of time with? Is this someone that I want to be intimate with? And she probably thought about it and went, no. And I mean, that's probably That's what probably has happened with every woman that I've tried to have a relationship with, is that, at first it was, you know, you're a great guy, but, but, that's always the thing. So, and it hurts. And it makes me sad, and it really doesn't do anything for my self-esteem, my feelings of self-worth. Um, but how can I love myself when everyone else doesn't love me? It's like, that's the thing. It's like, I have to see something in me that they don't see. My problem is I don't, I know all my faults because I am well aware of all my faults. So it's I mean, it's even harder for me because they're only seeing like certain faults, man. I see all the faults. So it's like, I think loving yourself is a much harder thing to do because you're privy to all the secrets, all the failures, all the deficiencies. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyways, so just sitting here waiting for sitting here waiting for the video to render, and then it will upload it to YouTube, and it'll take forever for it to upload. Well, actually, it won't take that long to upload. Processing will take forever. But anyways, I don't know. It just feels like she's pushing me away, and we're not even friends anymore. Like we had, like our last conversation, you know, discuss things like, and I, you know, you know, I get a feeling from her that she isn't the type of person that just takes the initiative when it comes to, doing things with friends and hanging out. And, that, she's not the type of person to just, call someone up when they're bored and say, hey, let's go do something, and whatnot. I got that impression from her. However, she insists that she is that type of person, is, which hit me. It hit me real hard because she's never really done that with me. She's never really taken the initiative when it came to, hanging out with me. And especially recently when it comes to even having a conversation, she rarely ever like seeks me out for a conversation. I've got to seek her out. So, that leaves me thinking like, well, it's me. She doesn't, she takes the initiative with other people, but she doesn't think of me. When she wants to do something, she doesn't even consider me. When she's bored, I don't even cross her mind. Maybe it's like, which also makes me feel bad. And makes me wonder, it's like, and the last thing, and the thing is, she gets angry because, I make like a video talking about my feelings, and of course there are feelings about her, and it's like talking about her, and she feels like I'm attacking her, and she wonders why I can't speak to her. Well, I can't speak to her because I can't even talk to her. I can't even have a conversation with her. Like, I try to, set up a time to, like, actually have a real conversation, because we talk at work, but the thing is, we can't really have a real conversation at work because we end up doing more talking than work, and that's not good. So it's like, so I mean, I can't tell her these things. I can't tell her how I feel because it feels like, A, she doesn't want to hear it. B, she doesn't even want to talk anymore. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, because that's the thing is, like, when I go up and talk to her, she's just being nice. And she can't, just tell me to go fuck off and pound dirt, right? I don't know. And the worst part is I care deeply about her. I really do. And I want her in my life. But it doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter what I want. I don't know if I'll ever have I don't know if my feelings will ever matter, like, to anyone. Because the most important thing is her feelings and what she wants. That's the most important thing, because what I feel, what I want, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, I mean, I might as well have no feelings at all and no wants. In the end, she's got to make the move. She either has to kill me. I mean, I'm talking figuratively. I mean, I don't know. She's got to figure out what she wants. I know what I want. She's got to figure out what she wants. And she can't let me be twisting in the wind like this. I mean, it sounds like I'm angry. I'm angry and frustrated at the situation. I mean, in the end, it is what it is. I just can't be friends with a woman because, especially a woman that I'm attracted, which is actually kind of the funny thing is, like, because I wasn't originally attracted to her. Like, honestly, like, I knew she was good looking. I mean, that was, that's objective. She's objectively good looking. Um, but I mean, I never really like went, oh, check her out. No, I mean, never. I mean, like, not, you know, I mean, like, I would have I've talked to her, like, briefly before we really started talking. And I never really, went like, oh, should try to, I mean, there's been women that, like, ooh. And then it's like, I try, to talk to them more, try to, but not with her. I mean, honestly, all what started everything was a suggestion from somebody else that, like, hey, one of my friends who wants to, you know, get me married so that she can have grandchildren. Still funny. Still funny. You know, she suggested that, I ask her out. And I was like, no way. But, I started talking to her, started to get to know her. And then I thought, and even then I still wasn't like attracted to her. But I was just like, hey, let's see if, you know, let me give it a shot. And, I asked her to a movie, and that I thought she knew that was like, asking to go on a date. um, and even like after that, it was fun, but it wasn't like, talked more. Um, we went out to dinner once. Even then, I was kind of worried that, I liked her, but I didn't really feel a spark or anything. And then there was that day we spent the day together, and that's when it hit me, this sort of this emotional uh, attraction to her. I loved talking to her. I loved hanging out with her. I really enjoyed it, and I really wanted to do that more and more. And it's like, this is a person that I want to be with. This is a person that I can just, and like honestly, the sexual attraction did not happen till much later. There was a, I would actually actively try not to think of her in that way. But no, the more I talked to her, the more we hung out, the more I realized that I wanted to spend most of my time with her. It was like, this is like, this is what I wanted. But I wasn't like, trying to do that though. I mean, I realized that, I wanted her to want that, but I knew that she didn't. So it was like, I would not be like, suggest like every weekend. I wouldn't even suggest every other weekend. I would even suggest every 3 weekends. In fact, it seemed like maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. And honestly, when it comes to friendship, that's pathetic in my opinion. Like I would hang out with my best friend every week if it wasn't such a logistical nightmare. But we try to do it every other week, My My friends, the guys' night friends, we almost every week we hang out with each other. Not always, but pretty close. And so if my threshold for friendship is we do things together. Um, and we do things together, you know, on a regular basis, not just like every 3 months, every 4 months, you know. But is that too much to ask? I don't know. Maybe modern friendships are more based on convenience for everybody. I don't know. I guess. I guess that might be it. But it is what it is. We're gonna get this. It's not you. It's me type of conversation. Like, no, it's me. It's not you. It's me. If I was a much better man, you would not be having this conversation. I'm just not high value enough. I'm not worth the effort to even try. It's like failure to launch. More like failure to get on the launch pad. But it is such a serene night. Could just close my eyes and drift away. I mean, obviously something's wrong with me. I mean, it could be the severe lack of self-confidence. It could be the severe insecurities. It could be the desperation. Severe lack of confidence. Wait, did I say that already? I don't know. Oh yeah, self-confidence. I think that's what I said. Self-esteem. Uh, I guess what it really is that I'm horribly damaged and I'm a broken human being. And I think they're right. The women are right to be afraid of getting involved in a relationship with someone who's broken like I am. Because I would love to say that I would not, lose my sight of, who I am and who they are. Once you get that adrenaline of self-confidence and self-worth, sometimes you get a little bit of power. It can change a person. Start thinking a little too highly of yourself. Start being overconfident. You start taking things for granted and you start assuming things, and then you end up hurting the ones you love, and you don't even realize it until it's too late. I wish I could say that I can guarantee I wouldn't do stuff like that, but I I can't because I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been tested. You know, I pray and I hope and I wish that I could maintain and pass the test and be able to stop myself if I start going in that direction, to realize, to not have the tunnel vision. But I don't know. I mean, I am weak. I just don't know. Just don't know. I may never get the opportunity to find out. Is that a tragedy? Could be. Feels like my life is turning into one, if it already isn't. Because, like, then the problem is, I'll experience the joy of having someone. But then, because of my insecurities and my lack of self-confidence, I will always be afraid of losing them. And that might lead me to do things out of desperation. And in that case, then I look pathetic and weak. And that is probably a big turnoff. And eventually, that amount causes someone to not like you anymore. And perhaps that's kind of what's happening. I don't know if I've really done anything interaction-wise to warrant her pushing me away. If there was something, I wish she would tell me so I can make the adjustments. Because I am always trying to guard myself, to not pressure her, to not push her, to just be friends and hang out. And if, wanting to do something after months of not hanging out, if that's too much, then I don't know what the fuck friendship is. I mean, maybe all she wants is someone casually talk to at work, but not, not her talk to, but like have someone casually come up to her and talk to her. Maybe that's what she wants. Maybe that's her whole desire, is just that. And if that's the case, then yeah, we can't be friends. Because, even though I want more, like a whole lot more, I don't think I can settle with just talking at work. I can't settle for that. Well, at least, hang out outside of work. not quarterly, maybe periodically. Quarterly, man, what the hell? Is this a business transaction all of a sudden? I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, it's funny. It's funny. Like, it seems like all this is because she watched a video of mine. A video she promised. I don't know. I guess the word promise was not a video she basically said that she wasn't going to watch, which I think is sort of a tacit promise. But it's just it's if it finds just like, yeah, once again, my feelings are so horrible that you have to run from them. My feelings are so horrible that you have to push me away. My feelings are so horrible you have to kill everything. What a loathsome existence I live. Well, anyways. 46 minutes rendering. Probably still got about 10 minutes of rendering left. I'm tired. I mean, it was a long day and I did a lot of walking. I just wish I just had somebody. Someone I could talk to. Someone I could turn to. Someone that can console me. Tell me it's gonna be alright. Someone will push me. Tell me that they believe in me. Someone will smack me and go, I don't want to hear this negative talk from you. Well, actually, I do have someone who will smack me. Says, I don't want to hear this negative talk. I've got that. Problem is, she'd smack me too hard. And the big problem with her is that I like her, I'm just not attracted to her. And also, like, our personalities would clash hardcore. We'd end up killing each other. We would end up. Oh, well, I mean, she'd probably end up killing me. I'd be buried in her backyard. It's like I'm not physically attracted to her. She's very mom-like. I mean, I guess, like, we hear things about, like, friend zone and brother zone, freaking casual acquaintance zone. I put her in the mom zone. She's Like, if any kind of sexual thought crosses my mind, it's immediately like, oh no, ew. And it's, like, I feel kind of bad about that because it's like, I don't want to say, like, no, you're a nice woman, you're a good looking woman. It's just like, it's like dating my mom, and I don't want to date my mom, okay? So, yeah, it's a mental block at that point. It's like a psychological impediment. But I'm still your friend. We're still friends. Still hang out when it's possible. We still talk. I'm not trying to push her away. And who knows? And this is the thing is, like, if she ever, not her, like, I was saying, the woman that I'm have feelings for. If she ever says, well, what should I do? Like, what would you do in this situation if, you were friends with someone and they said they had feelings for you? What would you do in that situation? And I tell you, like, I'm already in that situation. Like, if I like them and I like being friends with them, I'm going to continue to be friends with them. I'm going to know and respect their feelings. Um, I'm going to try to put myself in a situation where I can't be taken advantage of. And you know what? If she wants to try to win me over, you know, I mean, there's going to be certain lines that I'll say don't cross, like, don't get handsy, don't reach for the captain. Don't spend exorbitant amounts of money on me, like gifts and things like that. But I would say, like, give it your best shot. Maybe you'll win me over. I mean, and if she does win me over, then, isn't that great? Because now, like, right? Wouldn't that be great? So maybe, I mean, because if she won me over, that means I like her, means I fell for her, which means, like, isn't that the best case scenario at that point? And if she doesn't, we're still friends. As long as you don't cross those lines, you know? But wouldn't you feel bad for her? Because she might be feeling bad about the situation. It's like, well, I mean, if we just stop being friends, she'll feel bad anyways, and then she won't even have a friend. Wouldn't you be given, like, false hope? And, like, well, all hope is false, in my opinion, but sometimes maybe people need hope, even false hope, to keep them going, to keep them moving. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't have that sensibility about it. But oh, somebody gave me a like. Hello out there in internet land, watching me swing at night. The stream is definitely not for the seasick. Anyways. Ah, 55 minutes. Rendering's probably close to done. So how are you on this evening? Who knows? Could be daytime where you are. It is a nice, serene night. Not too cold, not too hot, not too humid. Sort of doused myself with some bug spray to keep the insects away from me. But well, apparently they didn't want to talk. They didn't want to listen to me though. Now that I think about it, maybe that's what she's afraid of. If we continue to be friends, and we continue to hang out with each other, maybe she's afraid I would win her over. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe she's afraid that she might just fall. And she doesn't want that. And so now she's got to put distance in between us to keep her from. And if that's the case, my God, I am angry. Because that's so not fair. That is not fair to me or my heart. And honestly, I think it's not fair to her because she can end up missing out on something awesome, wonderful, and in fact just end up destroying something that was beautiful. I don't know. I doubt it though. That's probably not the case. Anyways. So should probably head back inside. Check the render. If it's done, then upload to YouTube, and day 7 vacation vlog will be done, or will be uploading anyways. But oh, gee, it is going okay. Now it must be it's like the afternoon for you, or getting close to the afternoon. I was actually waiting for my vacation vlog video to render. Day 7 is like an hour long, so I thought I'd sit out in my yard. I have a swing out in my yard and just kind of enjoy the night sky while waiting for that to render, because I don't have anything else going on. And of course, you know, when I'm by myself out here, I contemplate my existence and my situation. Let me get up here. Right now I see the stars in the sky, the constellations, Actually, there's a difference between constellations and what is the phrase? Let me try to see here. I think that's all right. Trying to find Ursa Major here. Anyways, oh, you can't see. You can't see in that. Oh man, that's the problem with these cell phones. But yeah, yeah, it is just about midnight over here. Uh, but I should probably check out or check on my video, see if it's done rendering. It's gonna be all the darkness. Indeed. Into my house. Oh, scary. Go into. All right, we got a little bit more light. Turn this on there. All right. Now I gotta see if the render has finished. Yeah, that clock is broken, by the way. All right. The conversion is complete. So, yippee-ki-yay. So now I get to upload that, which means I'm probably going to have to end this live stream here. But I've got see I'm such a dork. I've got figures sitting on top of movies galore. In fact, tons and tons of movies. Tons and tons of movies. Actually, now that I think about it, let's see here. JK. What do I got here? It's like, yeah, I've got. Old boy. I do believe that's a. Yeah, I got a lot of movie. I think Old Boy. I think that's a Korean movie. Um, Wait, here we go. Phone. Um, Shoot, what else did I have? Oh, I know. So I've got this one. Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. What else do I got? What else do I got? Do, 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 do. There we go. The Wishing Stairs. Anyways, yeah. I know I got cinema from around the world. Not only American, but I've got stuff from Hong Kong, China. Got some stuff from Thailand. Got stuff from Italy. Oh, but yeah. Even got these old VHS tapes. And of course, a bunch of anime. Old VHS. People be like, what's VHS? What a VHS? But actually, where was that? What is that? Each, each. I don't have that one. I swore I had that one. I don't know. There was this movie called I Saw the Devil. That that one's a favorite of mine. Oh, I guess we got. That's right. I got this one. Tale of Two Sisters. Of course, this one's I think Indonesian release of that. But anyways, anywho, but you're right. I am kind of tired, and I gotta start that upload pretty soon. So, if you're talking about I Saw the Devil, I would. It's kind of a revenge flick. But it definitely, yeah. I mean, um, it's about kind of a special forces operative who his I don't know if it's his wife or his fiance gets murdered by a serial killer, and so he goes on vacation and uses his special forces knowledge to track down the serial killer and then torture him but not the way you would think. And it's a really good movie. Uh, really good. I think it's the same actor from A Man from Nowhere, I believe. But anyways, um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream now. Stream's been like hour 10 minutes, but it was nice talking to you again, and I'm gonna go upload that video and call it a night. So, but thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll get some sleep. I'll get some sleep. Um, and hopefully you get a good day. You have a good day and a good night. And thanks. Catch you later.